Have you ever strolled into a restaurant only to witness a whole table of teenagers hypnotized by their phones? Or spotted a bunch of folks on the street, each lost in their digital universe? Heck, even your own family might be deep into their screens, oblivious to the world around them. Now, imagine a world where most of our communication isn't through words but through other cues. What if we stripped away everything else and just kept that tiny bit of remaining nonverbal interaction? Well, guess what? That's the experiment we're all unwittingly a part of today. If we recall our childhood way back in the prehistoric era, not quite dinosaur level of course, no fancy cell phones and computers were labeled after the year they were born, before they became the rulers of our lives. Half of our early years were blissfully tech-free. And then bam! Suddenly we get catapulted into this brave new world of technology. Talk about a wild ride through the ages. Let's take a stroll down memory lane to the golden days of my childhood, a time when the landscape of human interaction resembled a captivating adventure. Back then, the art of conversation was not a mere click away. There were no swift text exchanges or online messages to bridge the gap between people, no sir. If you wanted to engage in a heart-to-heart, you had to channel your inner detective, don the metaphorical hat, and embark on a physical quest to locate your intended conversational companion. And once you had successfully tracked them down, the real magic unfolded. Quality time spent in the same room, sans the technological distractions that have now become ubiquitous. No incessant beeps and pings were vying for your attention, no incessant background hum of digital chatter stealing the limelight. It was just you and your friend, basking in the simplicity of each other's company. The beauty of uninterrupted connection. In those bygone days, every interaction was a testament to genuine presence. You honed the skill of being fully immersed, relishing the intricate flavors of human connection like a connoisseur savoring a fine wine. The richness of those moments, filled with nuances and subtleties, was truly unparalleled. However, the sands of time shift, and we find ourselves gradually losing that enchanting charm. Our contemporary age, marked by the wonders of technology, has ushered in an era where the essence of personal connection seems to be waning. The rise in popularity of documentaries like The Social Dilemma underscores a collective awakening to this reality. Smartphones were a technological innovation that became popular like no other. By 2012, half of Americans, or approximately 37% of teenagers, owned one. By 2016, 77% of all Americans had an iPhone or something equivalent, including at least 73% of teens. The primary concern at hand is undeniably straightforward. Our biological systems and technological advancements seem to be navigating separate trajectories. In this fast-paced era, technology is surging ahead, akin to a high-speed race car, while our human facets are jogging along, earnestly attempting to keep pace. The analogy holds true. It's akin to endeavoring to gracefully dance to a tune that relentlessly accelerates in tempo. Consider the technological landscape as an expansive realm hurtling forward at an exponential rate, leaving many of us befuddled as we grapple to comprehend its multifaceted impacts. A noteworthy aspect of this scenario is the inclination towards imbuing computers with the ability to predict and influence our behavior. The overarching question lingering in our collective consciousness pertains to the ramifications of this addiction, particularly the allure of social media and instantaneous digital conversations, which can be likened to the irresistible allure of a delectable slice of chocolate cake in the vast buffet that is the internet. While the addictive nature of these digital platforms is widely acknowledged, the lingering uncertainty revolves around the intricate and long-term effects they impose on our well-being. Beyond merely manipulating our actions by tinkering with our brain's pleasure-inducing mechanisms, the concern extends to the distortion of our perception of reality. Reflecting on our initial foray into the realms of social media, the landscape was characterized by intimate face-to-face conversations. Fast forward to the present, and we find ourselves entangled in a complex web of online connections, friends, celebrities, and virtual acquaintances. It's akin to attempting to apply an antiquated recipe to concoct a novel and sophisticated dish, illustrating the evolving dynamics of our interpersonal relationships in this ever-changing digital age. Over time, we've swapped most of our face-to-face talks for digital chats. In the new study, researchers attempted to find it by searching through a trove of 8th, 10th, and 12th grade students' responses to questions about how they felt about life and how they spent their time. They discovered that between 1991 and 2016, youngsters who spent more time on electronic communication and screens, such as social media, texting, electronic games, and the internet, were less happy, less satisfied with their lives, and had lower self-esteem. Watching television, which reduced over the nearly 2 decades studied, was also linked to lower psychological well-being. Ever notice how we now look at our real-life talks through a digital lens? A classic example is the way our political discussions are getting more split these days. It's kind of freaky to think that the next generation might care more about their online presence than hanging out in person. So how do we stop this train wreck? Shutting everything down and yanking the plug on big tech? No, that's not the real deal. We've opened Pandora's box and now we're stuck with it. So what's the way out? Step 1. Be aware. Remember Pavlov's dogs? That guy who rang a bell and made the dogs drool? Yeah, that's classical conditioning. It works on the sneaky, unconscious parts of our brains. Once you realize how it's messing with you, you get some control over your actions. It's like being the boss of your brain. Let's keep things simple and clear. Balancing face-to-face chats and digital hangouts is key. Picture your view of the world like a camera lens. The more human vibes, the better. We're wired for body language, emotions, and facial expressions. That's our jam, and we can't let it rust away. Why? Because it's the secret sauce for our identity and community. It's like our human GPS. So if we keep the mix right, our online life gets a health boost, and we stay boss over the tech magic that's trying to pull our strings. Here's the deal. These algorithms feed on how we humans roll. Luckily, we hold the remote control. Take baby steps. Maybe ditch a couple of social apps on your phone. Now you gotta work a bit to check on them, logging into the computer and all. It's like a little tech detox. After the work buzz is done, shut down the phone and have some quality time with family and pals. Be there, all in. You might just realize the world isn't as bonkers as it seems. Life right in front of you, it's a stunner. Cheers to a not-so-crazy world and the beauty in the now. Now, is it possible for you to quit social media whenever you want? Answer honestly in the comment section below. Make sure to like the video and consider subscribing to our channel for more eye-opening videos. Thanks for staying, and we'll see you in the next one.